The test that we took said that I was a type 2 learner, and for me that does highlight a lot of things that I do appreciate in a classroom. All of my arguments are based on logic. I like learning logically, I like information, knowledge, I like to better myself with it, and I like to spread it. If you teach me a fact in a classroom, or I find a fact in a book, I'll store it away, because I know I'll use it in the future, like in a debate with my brothers or a conversation with a friend. I like being the one who knows the facts. I like having logical information to back up my arguments. I also really value being organized. I'm the type of person that if I'm going to succeed, I need to take notes, I need to keep things neat, I need to know where everything is, where I can find the facts when I need them, and so I can easily study them and conceptualize with them. If I have a problem or I'm in an argument, I like to tackle it with logic. I believe that there's no surer way to end an argument or to solve your problems than with solid fact. There are, however, a few traits that I possess that are unlike a type 2 learner. I personally like to brainstorm. I think it's a great way to find new ideas and to solve old problems with new solutions. For instance, when I write, I find that some of my best work is born out of conversations I have with people about what it is that I want to convey through my writing. Also, unlike a type 2 learner, I have a lot of feelings and I don't mind acknowledging them. If my gut tells me that something is right and it sometimes doesn't line up with my head, most times I'll probably follow my gut. I find myself to be a hands-on type of learner. I like to solve problems with my hands and on paper, but if I can solve a problem in a hands-on type situation, I'll understand it a lot better. Overall, I felt that the test was fairly accurate, although I think it's definitely true that I have traits of other learners within my learning style. After taking the test and discovering what type of learner I am, I realized that there were a lot of these traits that I needed to think about when it came to teaching in the future. Just because I like having facts and knowing things doesn't mean every student's going to be like that. Some kids are going to want to ask questions, some kids are going to think outside of the box. I need to find a way to teach to every student, not just ones like me. However, I also realized that I should use that love of knowledge that I have to my advantage. Factual learning will help my students to become more knowledgeable in the future, and it'll set a good foundation for my classroom. I have to be careful not to just spew out information to my students. I have to realize that they want to understand it in their own way. I need to try different methods of showing them information, of letting them find it on their own, whether that's discourse, dialogue, or them taking notes. I have to get used to allowing them to learn in different ways. Something I feel like I might have trouble with as a type 2 learner is the transformative model of teaching within critical pedagogy. I don't want to end up spewing information at them and standing at the front of a classroom. I want my information not to go in one ear and out the other. I want to learn with them and help them learn along the way. But I don't know if, as a type 2 learner, if that's going to be easy for me because I like having facts set out in front of me. But I'm realizing that a good teacher doesn't just teach within their comfort zone. So I'm going to try my best to incorporate all different teaching styles and learning styles into my classroom. I think it's good that we're starting to think about the different types of learners we could encounter as a teacher, and how that fits into and compares to our own learning style now, because as a type 2 learner and someone who likes logic, knowing the different types of learners that could be out there will really help me understand how to solve problems when I run into them with children and teaching. I think my next challenge is to really understand the different types of learners and how to identify them in a classroom so that I can really cater my teaching to each and every individual child.